based on some questions we get from our couples often, I'm going to ask Josh how to guide someone how to make a song selection for your wedding day. Do you have any tips, Josh?
Yeah, definitely. And as I think we talked about in one of our previous discussions, I'm really glad to share some tips with people because it seems like there's not a whole lot of tips out there for people how to choose their music in weddings. So, the most important tip number one is choose something that means something to you and your significant other. Now, that can mean a lot of different things, but you need to have something that has personal meaning to you and your husband or wife, because that's what a live musician is there for. If you were just going to go down a playlist of someone's Spotify or something like that, it doesn't have the same impact. And that's not what you hire a live musician for. You hire a live musician to really hit that emotional sixth string. And
right.
But yeah, some examples I tell people are, if you have songs or music related to maybe a first date or when you proposed or something like that, or if you had a certain song that was playing during that moment, or if you had a certain song that maybe I've had many husbands tell me that this song was playing and my wife was dancing, and that moment was the moment I knew. So maybe that's the song you choose to see your bride walk down the aisle, or your husband walk down the aisle too, right? So, and then some different genres that you could be focusing on it really depends on what kind of, again, the song needs to have meaning to you, but what kind of ambiance do you want to set? Do you want to have a really romantic, classic feeling with your music? In those instances, I tell people classic love songs you'd never go wrong with classic love songs. Like Can't Help Falling in Love is one of the top requests I get, and I love playing it because it always has that impact on people, right? Or if you want to go more elegant, you can choose classical music, and that really adds a high level of elegance to the wedding. When people think elegant weddings, they think expensive, right? But something as simple as having the musician play slightly more elegant music can have such a nice touch. And it doesn't have to be Here Comes the Bride. It can be, but it doesn't have to be. If you want traditional, that's great, but there's lots of other options. And myself, I can play Spanish guitar and Spanish romantic music, and it really adds that nice touch. So if you want to go romantic or elegant, there's nice choices there. But I've had a lot of fun when people also want to add a touch of humor to their ceremony as well, right? When they want to have a little fun, and especially with certain couples that like to do remote weddings or weddings out in nature, they seem to be open to having a little bit more fun or something, or a little bit more energy at their wedding, right? So you could have some sort of music from a movie, a fun movie that you and your significant other really like a lot. A song that I did for someone recently was Married Life from the animated movie Up. It's very cute and everything like that. And they really like that, and because they were big fans of that movie. Or I've had other brides, self-proclaimed Disney princess brides, they tell me. So they want to have maybe some music from a Disney movie or something like that, which that may sound, to some people, that may sound awesome. Like, yes, sign me up. To some people, maybe that sounds, I don't know about that. But the thing is you can take any kind of music and really create it for the situation, right? Obviously, I'm not going to go out there and sing It's a Small World, right? But, I could do a love song from one of the Disney things and really create it onto the instrument nicely. And another genre that gets overlooked sometimes when you're hiring a classical musician is country music, which out here in the Southwest, that's actually a big request, the country music. Country love songs, country drinking songs, all kinds of stuff, So, or first dance, a really country love songs really are nice for first dance songs. I've had a lot of requests
They
for
are, yeah.
those, and it really is a touching moment when that can happen. And so, yeah, don't be afraid to experiment or ask your musician. The worst they can do is say no. You know, it's not like they're going to say, I'm not going to play your wedding now. And myself as a musician, I appreciate if someone wants to personalize it. I like that. So,
yeah, cool. Well, thank you so much. Any other tips on selecting music for your wedding?
I would say if you're hiring a live musician, just keep in mind that it it does need to be able to be playable on an instrument, right? And we have,
Which is kind of hard. Honestly, when you say things like melody, I'm like, I think I know what
right.
that is. But
So some examples I'll have,
you know,
and it is a little bit tougher now with popular music because so much of popular music is has electronic sounds in it, which can be recreated on acoustic instruments, but it just doesn't quite have the same the translate as well. So I would personally look for songs that have nice singing line to them, or some sort of instrument that's playing a beautiful melody. And when I say melody, that's the part of the song that most people hum or recognize, right?
okay,
and
yeah.
so when I'm playing that song, that's the first thing people are going to usually recognize or start to sing along with.
Got it.
So
Okay.
if it's a song that just has a beat, it's a little hard for people to translate that and recognize it and things like that, right? So, and there are times for that. Like if you want to hit the dance floor in your reception, you know, there's DJs and things for like that. That if you want to have that kind of big hard party dance music, great. But as far as your live musician, and just keep in mind that they're wanting to find something that will work on their instrument. So
yeah, that makes sense. Well, thanks so much for the little bonus track on how to select your music when you hire a live musician.
I look forward to hearing people's requests on their inquiries. Definitely. So
yeah, actually, let's see what people say. You can leave comments or ask questions. This might be a good place to ask questions like, hey, what do you think? Do you think a live musician could play this? It'd be great to see what people comment and question. We'd love to hear.
Yeah, and also maybe tell us what you chose for your wedding ceremony. What were the songs you chose? Let us know. Maybe that'll spark some ideas for some other folks too. So
I think that, that would be cool. That'd be really great because we could help spark ideas. I'm not a very decisive person, but when I did hear the song that I want, I was like, I think this is going to be our song. You said that there's like moments, and it was mostly regarding the words in the song. So I think that that's fun though. People would love to hear and see what other folks have chosen, especially for those other moments, like during the, maybe it's not like your song, but maybe it's the song that's played, some nice songs that are played during the period of time that your musician's going to be there.
Another big time in this wedding ceremony is that music is key is during your champagne toast, right? Could you imagine everybody saying cheers and then everything just being completely silent? Right, it doesn't really have that impact. So, like, I always like to choose a song for that. I say it's the champagne song. So when you're going to hit those glasses, we got to choose the right song to celebrate that moment too. So yeah, tell us what you chose, or tell us what you'd like to choose, and we can see it. I'll give you a hint. It's probably possible. So
okay, cool. Well, thanks so much, Josh. Appreciate having you on the show.
Mckenzi.